In today's tutorial, we are going to build a complete IoT monitoring solution with ESP32 using industrial grade tools like InfluxDB, Grafana and Node-RED. If you have watched my previous tutorials on IoT Dashboard with MING stack, I have used Raspberry Pi in those videos. And I have installed Mosquito, InfluxDB, Node-RED and Grafana on its SD card. But today we are going to use a small ESP32 chip where we don't have any SD card to install all these tools. So to achieve our objective of creating IoT dashboards using Influx and Grafana, we'll be using their cloud versions for free. You don't have to install those softwares on your laptop. You just need a Node-RED to be installed on your laptop. That's it. Hello everyone, welcome to IoT Frontier. My name is Hariharnath. Let's get started with today's video. First of all, let's try to understand the data flow diagram. So on the left hand side, you can see DHT22 sensor. In my previous videos, I have explained if you don't have this, we can simulate these values. And then we have ESP32, which is doing the data acquisition as well as working as a OPC UA server. And then we have Node-RED installed on your laptop and it is going to use as OPC UA client. And in this tutorial, we will be connecting Node-RED with InfluxDB on the cloud as well as Grafana on the cloud. In my previous videos in this playlist, I have explained how to run an OPC UA server on ESP32 and connect it to Node-RED. I suggest you to first watch them so that you are equipped for this video. You can watch them by clicking on the link from the top right corner or in the description below. Now let's start the Node-RED using command prompt. Just type node-red. Since we are running OPC UA already from the previous videos, you can see all these. And you can click on this link to open it. And if you are familiar and have seen my previous video, what we have done is we have created a gauge and chart. So you can copy this URL and add UI in front of it. You can see the temperature monitoring in the chart format as well as gauge format. Now let's come to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll have to connect to Influx. So to connect to Influx, so we need to go to palette and install Influx. So type here Influx and you will be able to see Node-RED contrib Influx module. So I have installed it. So you can install this first. Once you install this, you can search for Influx. So if you search, you will be having Influx in, Influx out. So I'll use Influx out because we are sending to Influx. Now we need to connect this to InfluxDB. So double click on this. So it will be asking you to select an InfluxDB. So we have to create that InfluxDB server. And in here we have to select the 2.0 version. Now to get all this URL and token, first you need to create an instance of cloud. So you need to create your account in the Influx cloud. So go to Google, search Influx cloud and click on this. Now in the InfluxDB cloud, you can see you can create your free InfluxDB cloud serverless account. So click on this. You can select any of your account. So it will ask you to provide your company name. So organization, I can keep org, company name IoT Frontier, and it will be hosting our data in the AWS. You can select any of them and click on the checkbox and continue. So because we are going to use it for free, we can just say keep this. So now you have created your InfluxDB cloud. Next thing you need to do is you need to create a bucket. So click on this and open a bucket and create bucket. So I'll use IoT bucket as a name and create. So once this is done, you need to use API token. So you need to create an API token. I'll give all access API token and I'll say all access and save it. So you need to copy this. So once you have copied this, you can close. Now you need to go back to the Node-RED. So in the Node-RED URL, you need to provide the URL from the top. So that is the URL and the token that you have just copied. Next, add it. You can just give a name as Influx Cloud and organization name is org, bucket is IoT bucket. So measurement, if you are trying to send some values. So I am going to send temperature value. So I'll use temperature and click on done. Now you can click on deploy. So you can see, you can delete the values and see the values are going. Now we can see under InfluxDB, go to Data Explorer, select the bucket, select the measurement and click on run. So you can see by date and time it is showing all the values. You can also use graph so that you can see the values coming. So I can zoom it and you can see values in more detail. So next thing that we need to do is we need to set up Grafana cloud. So type Grafana cloud and here you can select Grafana cloud and you can create a free account. So you can see that Grafana free account will give you these many features and you can use any of these accounts. So I'll use Google account. So it will be asking us to set up a stack URL. So I can select that and deployment region as India and finish. Now we can see the Grafana cloud is initialized. So you can click on get started and here you need to go to connections and click on Influx. So click on this data source InfluxDB. So you can click on add new data source and here select Flux as a query language and the URL you can again copy from here and you can unselect this basic authentication and organization as org, token, you can paste whatever you have copied previously and default bucket IoT bucket. Now you can click on save and test. So you can see 3 buckets found, which means that our connectivity with the data source, that is InfluxDB, is working. Next, you can just build a dashboard. So by clicking this, you can click on add visualization, select the InfluxDB as data source, and in the query, you need to write a Flux query language. So you can click on Flux example. So here, if you click on that, it will give you an example how to get data. So I'll go at the end and copy this value and paste it here. So I'll just edit based on my names. So I'll use IoT bucket and range 15 minutes, and measurement I have is temperature, and we don't have any other measurement, so I'll clear them off, and yield. Now we are ready with the query. We can click on query inspector and refresh. Now you can see the values have started coming. You can go back to last 15 minutes. So you can also auto refresh by clicking auto. It will say 5 seconds. And the panel title you can give temperature and click on save dashboard. Next, you can go back to dashboard. So this is how your dashboard looks. If you want to add one more thing as a visualization widget, you can click on add visualization. Now you can select egg gauge. So here also you can give the name temperature and select the data source here properly as InfluxDB. And again, you can just copy the previous one and click on query inspector, refresh. So immediately you can see the values. So this is also having auto. Now I can click on save dashboard and go back to the dashboard. So you will be able to see every 5 seconds the value get updated. You can also adjust these widgets or tiles by dragging and dropping like this. And that's it. Now you can see temperature values from sensor connected on ESP32 on Grafana using Node-RED and InfluxDB. I hope this video has been helpful. If yes, please type helpful in the comment section below and smash that like button. I have also made a video on ESP32 IoT project with ThinkSpeak using Walkways Simulator. You can check that video by clicking on the top right corner or in the description below. Your support means a lot to us and helps us keep creating more content like this. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another interesting video.